Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of August 2nd through the 8th. And during that time, we first have a waning gibbous moon, which is a time of self-reflection and rebirth. Good time for us to make positive changes, get rid of bad habits and negative thinking. We then move into the last quarter moon on the 6th or the 7th, depending on where you are. And that is a time when those things that we've been working on start to come to fruition. We start to realize those things that that we've been working on. This is working and this has worked and it's great. It's been a positive change. Or we start to say, well, this quite isn't working out the way I wanted to, and maybe I'll restart this thing on the new moon and make the appropriate adjustments. So keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Aquarius. So as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is a time for healing. All right, let's see what the Aquarius Collective has going on for the week. As I'm shuffling the tarot, my fun weekly reminder for you this week is that you pay attention to the universe when it comes to synchronicities. So this could be, maybe you think of a friend, an old friend, and they text you or call you or you run into them even. Those kind of synchronistic things, those things that make you go, in life, right? Little messages like, I use this example because I've had it happen to me is, I'm drifting through I'm in my car and maybe going through talk radio even, or music. It could be the music stations as well. And just one little snippet pops out at me, a little song lyric or something that a talk radio person just says that I needed to hear. It's just the strangest thing. And you're like, well, that's weird because I just had this thing going on and anyway, pay attention to those. This also could be numbers, repeating numbers, or animals that you're even encountering. So just try to have a little bit more of a heightened awareness of those synchronicities because those are the special breadcrumbs that the universe is offering you on your unique path. All right, Aquarius, let's get into this reading, August 2nd through the 8th. And for you, a time for healing. All right, present energy, Ace of Wands. Okay, so Ace of Wands is definitely some new passion, something that you're working through, something that's new to you, and maybe you're learning how to heal something. Could be you're healing something from your past as you work through this new thing that's on the horizon, and it's kind of forcing you to manage and deal with thoughts, feelings, things that have gone on in the past, so that you can come at this new passion with just a clearer head, right? Instead of having those maybe some old lingering thoughts that are in there from your past. Okay, your current situation is the Death card, so some sort of something is coming to an end for you. The Death card isn't always about actual death. It could be that you're managing something related to either someone's death or the end of something. So um, you know, it just could be something again of some new passion. Just I want you to think back to some way of life that ended. I mean, it could be like you're in a new relationship and this is about managing and healing the things that happened in your old relationship. So you're kind of really just putting the nail in the coffin, literally, on something old that you need to heal and get through so that you can move through into your future with a more positive mindset. At the root of your situation right now is the Five of Wands. So this could be some sort of debate or something about this that has brought this up. And it could just be inner conflict. I mean, it's just the first thing that came to mind, that this isn't about other people. This is conflict within your own mind about how things need to be. I mean, and for some of you, I'm almost feeling it is relationship, that you're having some sort of inner conflict and debate about something that it just isn't resolved, and you need to resolve it. You just need to think it through, and this could be done through meditation. This can be done through journaling. This could be done through just talking to a friend. We'll see what the cards say. The advice is as you move forward, but it's like getting those things out so that you can put it to rest, right? You want to put all those things, all those thoughts, all those feelings into this coffin and bang, again, like I said, put the nail on it. In your recent past here is feeling like you against the world. Also, I don't think these are other people. I feel like this is your inner struggle when it comes to this. Look at all the wands so far in this reading. These are your thoughts. These are your things that are internal and you need to put them to rest. And it is a time for healing for you. So, the ways to do that, perhaps being out in nature. I said meditation. This could be journaling. This could be journaling while you're out in nature. Just kind of letting your mind go and letting your mind drift to those thoughts and feelings. What is it? What are they? And when you write them down and get rid of them, then you're just kind of done thinking about it. What is on your mind this week is the King of Pentacles. So, it's on your mind that you're having to manage, and you know how to do it, but it's managing the material. And maybe this was kind of the prompt for all of this too. I'm almost getting that this is about your living arrangements. For some of you, if it's a new relationship, are you thinking about moving in together and you're like, there are issues I need to resolve first? For some of you that already are in a relationship, it's about managing how you live together, managing your time together, those kinds of things. How, this person has, we partner up with people, and one of us might be a neat freak and the other one might be a hoarder, so you're trying to come together and work out those details of like the differences between us, and how can we come to a happy medium. And what I've learned in life is that, yeah, me and my partner, my husband, we are very different, but there are ways in which I would love to be so much more like him that I am not. And also he recognized that about, and it's almost like you're learning from each other as well. So if you're not the neat person, you're learning from that person. Oh, that's how you stay organized. Wow, that's amazing. No one ever taught me that, or I just never realized that. So I feel like this could be something about the material and your living situation and just about how to manage it so that everybody's happy, right? Let's see what's just ahead of you this week is, yeah, feeling a little bit stuck. Feeling a little stuck. And again, I feel like it's these thoughts and these feelings and these things that just keep coming up. And it might be representing itself in your current relationship, again, in your living situation. So, but these are inner demons that you need to work out within yourself, and work those things out again so that you can put the nail in the coffin and just be done with it, right? What is in your advice position here is another five with the Five of Swords. So, I just really feel like this is about inner conflict for you, Aquarius. And this, I know there's other people that we're seeing in this reading, but again, I feel like this is about you. So the five, and I do think, just like I said, the five for me, imagine that you have five thoughts and you throw a couple of these swords out, and they kind of hit other people, and there's things that just need to be said. This is where I see that it's journaling. I see that it is throwing the swords out, but on paper for you. That these are inner conflicts that you're having. I also want you to look up angel number 55 and see if that has any bearing on your situation. What is beyond your control this week is the Seven of Pentacles. So that has us thinking about, the seeds that we've already planted in the past. This is about things that, you're kind of waiting on these things to come to harvest. And that might be a little scary for you if your seeds were not positive ones in the past. So, and they could be, but it's beyond your control that kind of these things from the past are coming in, and look at you just staring at them. And I do, again, I'm going to say that you need to be journaling, writing things down. This is just a time of kind of inner conflict for you, that you're trying to put something in your past to bed so that you can move on in a happier, healthier, and lighter way in your life. What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid? Well, look at that. Your secret desire is the Ace of Cups. So, we started off here with the Ace of Wands, this new passion, and you want to, is it your secret desire to be so open, let the stuff go, so that you can be open and pour all of your love onto this situation? I'm sure that is. I doubt if anyone's trying to avoid that. So, the goal here is to kind of let those things go that are in your mind bothering you. I mean, they're just, again, I just, inner conflict, it's right here. If you feel stuck, know that you can think your way out of it and work your way out of it. And it's kind of a job for you to do. You're supposed to be healing these things inside of you. All right, in your outcome, Aquarius, is Queen of Pentacles. So where you've got this harsh King of Pentacles thing about the knowledge of, definitely, oh, there comes my kitty. Hold on just a second. Kitty. Hey, kitty. Kitty. Hi, kitty. Come here. Oh, our poor old kitty, who we think He's very old. He's like 20 years old. And some days I just don't know if he knows where he is. But if I come in to do tarot readings, he's like, where did everybody go? Anyway, but he's okay now. Now that he knows where I am. Anyway, the Queen of Pentacles is, I was talking about how the king, it could be about your housing situation and just living together. And sometimes, the king is about knowledge and it's about, well, I know what's right. And there can be some conflict there. The queen is definitely the softer side of that suit, where she has more understanding, more empathy. She's nurturing about, things that are material. And it's about, just being able to work together, to make sure that the decisions that are being made work for everyone, where the king might be like, well, I know this is my way or the highway. The king is, or the queen's a little more soft about that. So keep that in mind. Also, let's see what's hidden from you here, Aquarius, at the bottom of the deck. Back and forth, giving, receiving. So you might not be quite there yet, but you're working there. And again, if you're healing this, I think once you heal that, this coexisting together with someone will be so much easier. But you do have to let go of the stuff from the past. You have to work through it and figure out why you are the way you are, right? Aren't we all trying to figure that one out? All right, Aquarius, let's get you a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Aquarius as they're going through this healing process is to face your shadow. Very interesting. If you haven't done shadow work on, and maybe you don't even know what that means, Google that and look into that. That's the kind of work that should be ongoing really for all of us. Kind of Jungian knowledge out there. Hold on a second. Let me grab a drink of my coffee quick. All right, let's see what you need to be doing in the way of self-care. Self-care for Aquarius this week. And the card that you get is to pamper yourself a little bit. Pamper is the card. Self-care is a necessity, not a luxury. So, make sure that you are doing the things that take care of you this week as you're working through this. Again, if you can get out into nature, do some journaling, all of those things that you work when we're doing inner healing, because I feel like so many of these thoughts, it's just an inner conflict. So Aquarius, thank you so much for being here. I hope there's something in this reading that you can take away and use in a positive way in your life this week. Of course, if you're comfortable sharing, drop me a comment down below and let me know if this is something that you're going through. Maybe you Aquarians can all share notes on how you're managing certain things like this. Also, if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe is really kind of you. I appreciate that so much because I really do love being here and doing these readings for you guys. So thank you so much for being here. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.